Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're peeling back the layers on one of the most enigmatic and, let's be honest, most powerful organizations in all of science fiction, the Bene Gesserit. They are the true architects of the shadows in the world of Dune. You've probably heard this before, right? It's the litany against fear, the core mantra of the Bene Gesserit. But here's the thing. It's not just a prayer. It's a tool, a psychological weapon that lets them master their own instincts and act with absolute clarity. It's really our first big clue as to how this group can move so silently from the shadows to shape an entire universe. So, who exactly are these mysterious figures that wield so much influence from behind the curtain? On the surface, they seem to be one thing, but their secrets have decided the fate of empires for thousands of years. To the rest of the galaxy, the Bene Gesserit look like an ancient, respectable finishing school for noble women. Kinda quaint, right? But that's just the cover. The secret reality is so much bigger. We're talking about a sisterhood of spies, scientists, and theologians who are running a centuries-long genetic breeding program and pulling the strings of galactic events. Make no mistake, they are humanity's secret puppet masters. What's really fascinating is that even their name is this carefully constructed puzzle. It's not just some random title. It's a statement of purpose, a massive hint at their whole philosophy and their methods. So there are a few really compelling theories here. It could come from a Latin legal term that means as long as one behaves well, which, if you think about it, is a perfect description of how they let the great houses rule on the condition that they behave. Frank Herbert, the author, also said his model was basically female Jesuits, and you can definitely hear the similarity. Other people point to meanings like good breeding, which is a pretty direct nod to their genetic programs. It's this brilliant mix of legal philosophy, religious structure, and a clue to their ultimate goal, guiding human evolution. So how do they actually wield all this power? I mean, this isn't magic or some kind of mystical force. No, it's the result of millennia of intense, focused training that's designed to unlock the absolute peak of human potential. The foundation of all their power is something called pranabindu training. It's the art of complete physical mastery. We're talking conscious control over every single nerve and every single muscle fiber. That's the bedrock that all their other incredible abilities are built on. And this training gives them a whole list of what really seem like superhuman abilities. They can change their own body chemistry to neutralize any poison, they can slow their own aging, or even stop their heart to play dead. It's the basis for their deadly weirding way of combat, which is so ridiculously fast it almost looks like teleportation. And, this is crucial for their breeding program, it lets them choose the gender of their children at will. But let's be honest, maybe their most famous and most feared ability is the voice. And it's not just about speaking with authority. It's a form of direct, subconscious manipulation, an audio neural control technique that can make pretty much anyone do what they say. It's this incredibly precise, three-step process. First, a sister just analyzes you through what seems like a totally harmless chat, studying your vocal patterns and your personality. Next, she subtly modulates the pitch and frequency of her own voice to connect with your subconscious triggers. And finally, she hits you with a short, sharp command that completely bypasses your conscious thought. It's almost physically impossible to resist. Okay, so to see if someone is worthy of their knowledge, or even just worthy of being called human by their standards, the Sisterhood uses this deadly little test called the Gom Jabbar. Basically, it's a poison-tipped needle held to your neck while you're forced to endure unimaginable pain. See, the test isn't really about your pain tolerance. It's about what separates humans from animals. An animal is ruled by pure instinct. It'll do anything to escape immediate pain. A human, on the other hand, or at least the kind of human the Bene Gesserit are looking for, can override that instinct with conscious, rational will for a bigger, long-term goal. You pass the test, you're human. You fail, you die. So, you have this incredible arsenal of abilities, these ruthless tests. It all serves a single, secret purpose, a plan that has spanned millennia. A plan so ambitious, it's trying to control the very destiny of the human species. Their grand design, their 10,000-year plan, is all about producing one person, a messianic figure they called the Kwisatz Haderach. He would be a male Bene Gesserit, a kind of super being with a consciousness so powerful he could bridge space and time. You see, their reverent mothers can only access the memories of their female ancestors. He would be able to see it all, male and female genetic memory, giving him a complete picture of human history and the ability to truly see the future. And this right here just shows you how meticulous their planning was. The final step was crystal clear. Lady Jessica was supposed to have a daughter with Duke Leto Atreides. That daughter would then marry Feyd-Rautha Harkonnen, which would heal the ancient feud between their houses. Their son was predicted to be the Kwisatz Haderach, born at the perfect time and completely under their control. But Jessica, out of love for her duke, defied her orders. She gave him the son he wanted, Paul Atreides. And just like that, the Kwisatz Haderach arrived a generation too early and totally beyond their command. To protect their agents out in the wild and to pave the way for huge plans like the Kwisatz Haderach, they use another powerful tool of social manipulation. It's called the Missionaria Protectiva, and it's basically weaponized faith. For centuries, they've been sending agents to seed so-called primitive worlds with a very specific set of myths and prophecies. This way, if a sister ever gets stranded there, she can present herself as a figure from their local legends and instantly gain protection, power, and influence. The Listen All Guy prophecy on Arrakis, the one Paul Atreides walks right into, is the most famous example of this religious engineering at work. But to really understand their motives, you have to look back to their ancient roots. The Bene Gesserit didn't just appear out of nowhere. They were forged in the fires of a galaxy-spanning war that completely redefined what it meant to be human. Their story really begins in the aftermath of the Butlerian Jihad, which was humanity's huge, terrible war against artificial intelligence. After every single thinking machine was wiped out, humanity made a vow: never again will we create a machine in the likeness of a human mind. In that vacuum, schools popped up to perfect the human mind and body instead. And the Bene Gesserit? They were the best. But their direct ancestors were even older. We're talking about the Sorceresses of Rossak. These women were developing powerful mental abilities and, get this, while fighting a machine-created plague, they started keeping the very first genetic records to preserve and enhance desirable human traits. They literally laid the groundwork for everything the Bene Gesserit would become. The sisterhood was officially founded by a woman named Raquella Berto-Anirul. And the story is just wild. Someone tried to assassinate her with poison, but she used her incredible mind-body control to change the poison's chemical structure inside her own body, making it harmless. That insane ordeal unlocked what they call the other memory, access to the lives of all her female ancestors, and that became the founding ritual of her new order, making her the very first Reverend Mother. Which really leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? Are the Bene Gesserit just cold manipulators seeking absolute power, or are they the secret, ruthless guardians of humanity, steering us away from self-destruction? Their methods are questionable, their plans are secret, but their stated goal has always been the survival and improvement of the human race. The answer, just like the sisterhood itself, remains shrouded in shadow.